All right, we're back inside. I did a little bit more trimming. I've refed this out. And the nice thing I've learned is yes, this does not stretch like the old one. It does not bind up on the inside like this used to. It used to bind up and you'd have to pull the whole thing out, loosen it up, because it would like almost melt the thinner stuff to itself inside. Not fun, not good, especially when you're doing it every 3 minutes. But this feeds really well. This has been feeding. Have used it in the same exact spots where the longer stuff grows that was binding up inside this, right in here. And you can't see here, but I can. And there's nothing there. There's no new binding. So it's cutting instead of pulling and getting that all bound up in there, which is A, super great. B, that means this is going to last a lot longer. Besides being the thicker, more dense material, it's cutting and it's more durable, and I'm not going to sit there and go through it as fast. I ran this thing against chain link fence. I ran it against bricks, concrete blocks, cement, sidewalk. I hit everything on purpose today. And you can see it's a little beat up, but it's supposed to get beat up. And it's been feeding on its own better than the thinner 0.65 string. So all in all, again, just like the Works corded one, this has given new life to this trimmer, this weed whacker. Just in the string alone, just changing the string. Now you got to remember, when you look at your spools, there is a rewind. You got to make sure you wind it in the right direction. If you wind it in the wrong direction, it just explodes inside and just flies out. You don't want that, because then you got string everywhere. So remember, when you wind your spools, wind them in the right direction. I've had people tell me, I wound my spool. No, okay. Not all spools, see, this has got it marked, rewind spool in a certain direction. You want to make sure you follow it. Now, not all spools, I've learned, have that written on there. You have to guess, okay? But when you get it wound on there correctly, it feeds properly. It doesn't just spin out. And, oh my gosh, it's like having a whole new weed trimmer. Now, again, not the most powerful weed trimmer. This is not something you want to go do in some nasty overgrown lot that's just got the worst weeds and stuff in the world. This is for around the yard, and it's light. It's easy to carry, so when you're trying to lean over that fence and get the grass on the other side of the fence between the bushes and the fence, anything like that, it's really light and easy to handle. That's where this kind of a weed whacker comes in really handy. Getting into those places where even a corded one that's really much more powerful has more trouble getting into, or is more difficult to handle. A nice cordless, a little less powerful, but by gosh, you put this different, more dense line on there, there's 0.95, and you've got a whole different weed whacker, friends. I'm telling you. Do it yourself. All it takes is rewinding that spool. You can buy this here, Home Depot, Menards, wherever. Buy a great big, container of it. Wind your spool as much as it'll take. Wind it in the right direction. You feed that on there, you are going to be a much happier person. It won't break. You won't be changing the spool as much. It just cuts better, cuts more. It's more durable against your fences and your driveways. And, it's the same little low-powered weed whacker. So, I've got to say, this is Rhino Pro. Rhino Pro. Love it. I love it. It's worked out tremendously. I hope y'all found this as educational as I did. You can do this. I believe in you.